Hi, everybody. Welcome to Economics and You. I'm your host, Mr. Samuelson, and today we are looking at fiscal policy and using this to stabilize an economy. So, what is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy refers to the deliberate use of taxes and spending to affect business activity, that is, trying to move the economy by using taxes and spending. Now, this idea was first introduced by this handsome fellow over here, John Maynard Keynes, during the Great Depression. And what Keynes said is that fiscal policy could be used to shift aggregate demand in an economy. So let's look at this example over here. We have our old aggregate demand here and our new one here. We're going to be moving demand to the left, that is contractionary policy. This is going to have the effect of decreasing prices and also of slowing the economy down. You would do this sort of thing if you were worried about inflation. So circular flow of input and output. This means that the government has a role in the economy in the circular flow model that we have discussed in another video. This model explains the interactions between consumers and producers in the market. So here we have households and businesses doing our exchanges that have been discussed previously. But now this model includes the government. And this government is going to be consuming labor, also receiving taxes, also spending money in the economy itself. So the government can stabilize the flow of money if something gets out of sync. If there is a disconnect between households and businesses and the economy is not moving money around the way it's supposed to be, fiscal policy can be used by the government to fix that flow of money. So what could be wrong? Well, we call these things leakages. A leakage refers to the fact that there is money that will fall out of this circular flow. It's not always going to be going from business to consumers to business to consumers, and so on and so forth. We could have money going outside of our economy. We could have waste and inefficiency. We could have fraud and corruption. We can have all of these other problems. So money is removed in all those little ways and then in big ways too. When consumers or businesses simply put their money into a savings account and don't touch it or buy government securities, this is just going to take money out of the economy and it's no longer flowing between businesses and consumers. Taxes, of course, also do this as well. Anything that takes money out of the circular flow model is considered a leakage. So, how do we correct for a leakage? We correct for it with an injection. Okay, leakage takes out, injection puts in. Injections of money are designed to offset those leakages. So, businesses can inject money into the economy when they remove money from savings in order to expand. This is the most common way that this happens. Simply, businesses or consumers have been saving money for some time, and now they're going to take their savings and they're going to spend it. That's an injection of cash. But that doesn't involve the government so much. Governments can encourage it, but they can't do it for business or individuals. Governments can, however, do it through spending. They can create big spending projects, like a new highway system or transferring money to new military spending or something like that would inject a lot of money into the economy. You can also do it simply by giving every American a check. That would also inject a lot of money into the economy. Ideally, leakages and injections should balance each other out. We don't want the economy spinning too far in any one direction, losing too much money at once or gaining too much money at once, because both of those can cause problems. So, stabilization through fiscal policy. Increasing or decreasing taxes and spending can stabilize this economy, and the government tries to do this. They try to make sure that in hard economic times, the economy can be balanced, can be brought right. Make sure that if inflation starts to creep up, we can bring prices down. Fiscal policy can be used to do this. Increased spending and decreasing taxes can reduce unemployment. Decreased spending and increased taxes can reduce inflation. Again, these are the two things that the government is most concerned about. unemployment, and inflation. We want to make sure that we are controlling for those numbers. One way to do this is through supply-side economics. When the economy is struggling, some argue for supply-side economics. This is designed to help a struggling economy, and it is a fiscal policy approach of sharply reducing taxes to encourage more spending and business growth. Okay? It's the idea that the economy can manage the spending side. The government doesn't need to spend. The government just needs to cut taxes dramatically to give businesses and people more money so that they will go out and spend that money in ways that promote growth. That is the idea of supply-side economics. People should spend, not the government. The government helps people spend by slashing taxes. The problem with supply-side economics is that if you don't then increase the taxes after the economy has grown and restabilized, then you get a huge national debt. And you'll see in the United States that we do have a significant national debt today because we haven't done a great job of increasing our taxes after using supply-side economics. All right, that is all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. You got to see my wife in the background there for a moment. And I'll see you next time. Farewell.